Good morning everyone, Emily here from Bliss Flowers. So it's fairly early in the morning, the sun's just come up. I thought I might try to get a tour in before it gets too bright and the wind picks up. It's been a couple of weeks since I did the last video, so didn't end up getting the tour done, where I did it and then we didn't get it up straight away, so I thought I'd do an updated one, and my sister will put this one up straight away so it's up to date and you know what's happening. Everything's growing pretty well at the moment. There's a lot flowering. I have to cut a lot of flowers today, so you'll be able to see everything that's flowering. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good tour and I hope you enjoy. Now, this is the gladioli that I was saying I had last year and I moved to here. There's a few come up. Hopefully there's still more coming up. I can't see any more at this stage. And then these are the ones that I was showing you in the last video. So they're all like, they're growing so fast that you can really see them growing. So it will look really good. So we'll probably be seeing some flowers from them here soon. So that's those. And then I don't think I had these in the last video. It's just some foxgloves I had left. It didn't fit in my row. So I just stuck them in here because I didn't quite fill this row with lilies. And this is all the lilies. They are still popping up, but there's a fair few of them are up. It's a watermelon. It's a watermelon that decided to grow out of the side of the garden. It's got some good sized watermelons on it. So yeah, that's the lilies. And this one here's already got some buds on it. And then this is the original patch of lilies. They're just starting to pop up now. A few popping up here and there I've noticed, so that's good. I have probably like a couple of kind of successions, which is good, and they won't all be flowering at once. Yeah, not a huge amount come up yet, but I think they'll be starting to pop up a lot quicker here soon. You can see a couple popping up there. One there. This one's up, been up for a little bit. Oh, you shouldn't have picked that one, he's too little. And then this is the lemon myrtles. They're doing pretty well. I've been treating them for iron deficiency. I haven't done it for a little while, so I need to do it again. And then this is the iris. There's a few of these are flowered. They're sort of coming on slowly, they're not all at once, which is alright. Hey, don't walk on the garden. Someone likes to play with the flowers. Come on, hop off the garden, please. Thank you. So, which is good for me just doing orders, but I've started selling to a couple of florists now, so if they would probably buy them if I had bigger numbers. That's a yellow. That's the yellow one. I've had a few of those ones, and then a fair few are just your normal purple ones. There should be some other colour ones in there. There's one patch here that came up a little bit later, so I'm guessing they won't be flowering for a little while still. And then the ones at the start here, I think they'll be different. I think, yeah, they're only just starting to put heads on. And then that's the anemones. I haven't really used them at all. They haven't had long enough stems. Yeah, you picked it. They didn't do real well for me, so I think I'll just pull them out. I won't bother trying them again, I don't think. And this is the start of the ranunculus. It's getting quite warm here now, so they are starting to yellow off a little bit. And yeah, I've picked a fair bit from them already, so, and the dogs got in the garden there. It's a bit annoying. Kind of making a habit of that. They're all still closed. They're all still closed this morning. It's orange.
Yeah.
And then this is
Orange.
Gypsophilia
Orange.
snowflake,
Orange.
which I thought it was meant to be the... Yeah, orange. Thought it was meant to be the double one, but it's started coming out. Bit hard to focus on that, isn't it?
Wait.
But they're only like tiny little single ones. Camera's focusing at the back. Anyway, they're loving it. They grow on pretty prolifically, but and this is a second lot that I put in. I had them right up to here, and the dogs dug in there as well. Some weeds I need to pull. And this is the cornflowers that have taken forever to flower. They're just starting to get going. We've got this dark one. And then just the blue one, which I'm not a huge fan of. It's pretty basic. Yeah. And then here is the dog's got again, which I have to fix this net up because they broke it. This is a smaller lot of carnations, which I had planted right to there. The dogs dug some up. And then this is a bigger lot that I put in earlier. They're all flowering now. And then here we have ranunculus that I got from High Sun as seedlings. And interesting thing is, like, if you buy the corms, like, you get singles and doubles, but these seedlings we got from High Sun, they're all big doubles. They started flowering while the bushes, because I got them in fairly late, the bushes were quite small, so the stems aren't very long, although they're starting to lengthen a bit. Now they've been going for a while, but the bushes were just too tiny, so the stems have been short. But I think next year I'd say they're just gonna, like, they've just been pumping the flowers out, even though they're like small plants, and they're like nice big flowers. I think they called this one salmon, but I don't know, it's not what I'd call salmon, but whatever. And then here we have a smaller lot of status. Yeah, leave the flowers. Small lot here. And then this is the first lot I put in. I've been cutting from these for a while now. But yeah, they're doing really well here. And then this is another lot of ranunculus from corms. These got long stems pretty quickly. I think the first lot were sort of short, and then after that they're all pretty long. So yeah. Those. Can't remember, I think these ones might have been from Tesla's and the others might have been from High Sun. Not High Sun, sorry. Garden Express. So yeah, that's those ones, that section of garden. So this section inside around the fence I'm changing all to like perennials. So yeah, it's pretty much all planted down now. There's only that little section where the anemones are. Don't walk down the garden! That'll take out, and I'll probably add more iris in there. So I'll show you the next section. Here's another garden bed I've put inside here, and then I'll probably, plan is to put 2 more between here and the veggie garden shade thing there. This one here is going to be dahlias, so I've got a few dahlias I've grown from seed here, all coming up. I've got a pom-pom mix, this is from RP Seeds. Pom-pom mix, and then this one's a cactus flowered mix. So they actually come up surprisingly quick and pretty easy, really. So I've got some more. I've got all this. A lot of this hasn't got anything in it yet. So up here, I probably will do some more seed ones. leave the tag please. We'll do more seed ones, but I do have some more tubers coming, so probably be tubers, probably half it'll be tubers at this stage, and I have got some tubers in already, so they're starting to come up. Another one popping up there, and then one up there, another one coming up there. You can see the ground cracked, so that's good. Can't wait for dahlias, really. So alright, now we'll go out into this area. I've planted a couple of roses on each side of the gate here, climbers, and then we have Mariah's right down along. That's not the camera to focus again, doesn't like the sun. Right down along there to the corner, and then along the bottom side right across to the fig there I've got lily pillies.
Wow.
Alright, this is another little patch of ranunculus from High Sun, the ones that were seedlings. Didn't quite fit them in that garden in there. There's a little patch there. And then here I've just direct sowed Achillea. Not sure how it'll go because it needs light to germinate, so I'm not sure how doing it direct is going to work, but I thought I'd give it a go. And then this is a bit of a mess, so this is just a lot of cosmos that's come up from seed itself, just came up over winter by itself. And then there's a few zinnias in amongst here that I planted, but I planted them fairly early while it was still cool, and they I think have great germination. And then there's also, like, I planted onions because I had peas in here. I pulled them out last week. And then onions here, but cosmos just came up in amongst them and I left them. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess here. And then I've got a Queen Anne's lace that self-sowed there, came up. And then there's some gerberas here which I'm going to pull out and give to someone because everyone grows gerberas around here, so you can't really sell them. So I'm going to be pulling those out and giving them to somebody. I need to pull that tomato out that came up itself. And then over here, like I said, I've just had a few veggies in, so there's a bit of silver beet, beetroot, and there's corn. Oh, just trod on my toe. And some chard, and then more beetroot. The chard's doing great. And then I've put some more zinnias in here already. This is a little patch I put in earlier. Cut off them a little bit. And some self-sown Bosia. There's some there. Yeah, I'm sort of planning on making these first couple of rows perennial as well. I like the Achillea. I'm going to do a couple of rows of Achillea. So I probably shouldn't have planted those there, so I could have cleaned that row out and put them in because they need to go in now. And then here I'm making some new beds because the ground's pretty hard, like there's a gravelly ridges that go through. So I've planted in all the good ground and then I've got to build up the rest where it's gravelly. And then I'm going to move the rows down there across a little bit once I pull that stuff out and make this all join up. But I needed to start getting warm weather stuff in, so I've got Celosia Golden Plume. I direct sowed in here. Probably need to re-sow. It's sort of a little bit patchy. Need to put a few more in, I think, to fill in the gaps. The dogs have been out here. And then here I've got zinnias. I know there's not a lot of space between these rows. Should be more, but I was just trying to fit as much in as I can. This is the lime with blush. And I only had, like, you can only get those in fairly small packs, so it didn't quite fill this. So then I had to put the Lilliput white, finish it, and then once I finish this row I'll do the rest white. All I've done here is I went and got cow manure, put it down, and then some other mulch stuff we have, put a layer of it, and then a layer of loam soil down from near the creek. And then this one here is another, there's the purple prints in here, and they've come up pretty well. There, and then we've got all the plastic on there to try and black weed mat stuff to try kill off the weeds, so I can fill that with beds as well. And then over here, yeah, you found a prickle. Over here, oh, I've only just noticed that, we have foxgloves, this whole row, which I bought as seedlings from High Sun. So they should be flowering here soon. I've only just noticed there's a sunflower in the middle there. So yeah, they're looking pretty good. Should be starting to get something from them soon. Where's your hat? And then this row is, oh well, it's a bit of a mix. So we've got euphorbia, mountain snow I think it's called. You can see it's starting to get the irrigation. I pinched them, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And then this is some of the original basil I had, which had another flush, but I've sort of picked up pretty hard, so I think I probably need to just pull it out at this stage and plant some more. And that's a little bit more euphorbia I had to fill up here. And then once I pull the basil out, I'll fill the rest of this with the euphorbia. So it's a full row. Are you drinking Mummy's tea?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I did tell you it was hot.
Yeah.
Mummy have some? Oh, careful.
No. Okay.
Be careful with it.
Oh, get it.
Alright, down here we have freesias that I got as seedlings from High Sun as well. They've been a little bit slow. I don't know if I'll get anything from them this year. Probably may not, but if I don't, they should come back next year and I should get plenty from them. And then there's a little patch of asters here that I didn't fit in the row next to it. And then that's some more status here. I'm tempted to go a lot of status because it grows so well. And then this is the row with the asters. So they were doing, I don't know, they took a little while to get going. They're pretty slow. But they're sort of taken off now. I fertilised them the other day and they seem to have picked up, so that's good. There's like 2 different ones, and so I can't remember which one was which. But you can see the difference here. These ones are a little bit bigger. And these ones are smaller and a little bit more squat. They're all planted at the same time. So that's those. There. And then here we have some more cornflowers that have just started flowering as well. We've got a red one. I think most of this row is probably red, and the black one again, the one that you call black. And then blue one. Oh, there's a bee. And then down here we have another gypsophilia. This is a annual, where the snowflake ones are perennial. And this one's called, I think it's like Elegans Rosea. It's like a little pink one. And one of the florists, the first florist I started selling to, she really likes it. I need to trim it back, like it just had so many stems that I couldn't keep up. So I need to like trim it back so it has another flush, and then I've got a second planting of it here. The rest of this row, and then part of that row there. Well, that's actually this is a second planting, and that little bit there, and then that's another planting, which some of them have died. And they're just starting to flower. She's got an event on in a couple of weeks, and she wants a heap of these and a heap of the Queen Anne's lace, so hopefully I'll have plenty to supply. And then that's a little patch of chocolate lace that got planted ages ago, and I don't know, it doesn't like the cool because it's taken off since it's warmed up. And then we'll get over to the next row in a minute. Bird, yeah, it's a parrot. Actually, I might as well do this row while we're here. So this is the I'll go from this angle. Queen Anne's lace, false Queen Anne's lace. It's like getting really tall at this stage, but I had I've got an order this week from a florist, one florist for the first time, and they both of them really like the Queen Anne's lace. So, and then this one over here is another Gypsophilia. It's a white one. It's an annual as well. This just has like the open white ones. It's got a little bit bigger flower, and the first florist I started selling to, she likes that one as well. And then some Sweet William, which is sort of starting to finish up now. It keeps sending out more stems, but they sort of be like smaller and don't really have many flowers on them. So I think I might just probably cut off them this week for orders that I take into the shop. But because there's a few heads here still that are good, and then I might just pull them out and put something else in here ready for the warm. And then I'll start up here. This row. You right with that? I might stop this here and start again. Alright, so here we have the Biplurum, rotundifolia glyphi. And there's some that I planted a while ago. They're starting to grow now, it's warming up. And then some little baby ones I direct sowed coming up. Right down to here. Did you drink it all? Really? And then another planting of Queen Anne's lace. Some of them are growing good and some are like a little bit, I don't know, taking a while to get going, so not sure what the story is. I have fertilised them last week, so we'll see if that helps. And then chocolate lace, which this lot here was planted like way after this lot, and it's like probably caught up and taken over probably. Really, it's doing a lot better. I think they prefer the bit warmer weather. And then that row over there. Oh, do you want the lid back on? Yeah. Put the lid back on. A bit hard to get on with one hand. Hey, there we go. It's back on now. Alright, and this row over here is I direct sowed Gumfarina. So half it, or a little bit more than half of it, is just a mix, Gumfarina tall mix I think it's called. And they've come up okay. Just a few gaps I might have to fill in. And then from here it's supposed to be the Gumfarina strawberry fields, but they've got pretty patchy germination. The garden bed doesn't look great at the moment because we had rain, had a heavy storm the other night and it washed all like the topsoil off. So I think I'll mulch it and then re-sow. The drip tape doesn't like to stay where it's meant to. So that's that, and then I eventually put some more beds over here. I've got a few some grapevines there, and then some photinias and a couple more lily pillies and a tilapia there, which isn't doing that great. Alright, and then I'll show you the top side here next. Alright, over in this far corner here, I'm doing like a few, doing successions of sunflowers. So there's the first succession up the back there, and then another one, and then I've just planted one, another succession here. And then this bed's a fairly new one as well, so I've got Amaranthus Love Lies Bleeding. So up along there, they're all coming up. See the little babies there popping up. And then here, this one is the Amaranthus Coral Fountain. So this one, and then these seeds are quite expensive, so you don't get a huge amount in a pack. And then this is the Fox Cherry Caramel. I'm not sure. My daughter decided she likes to keep digging in this one, and there's only like 20 seeds in the pack or something, so I don't know how they'll come up. Not like that, that's a weed. There are some little ones up here, but I don't think that's those. I don't think that would be them. It's probably just a weed too, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I'm not sure how they come up, so. And then here I just planted this little section the other day. I transplanted, I only had I had a few flamingo feather celoteas left, seeds left from last year. And I put them in here and they come up sort of sparse-ish, so I transplanted them down into that section. And then filled the rest of this with, I haven't moved the tag, Scarlet Plume or something like that, I think it was. One of those ones. I have to put a tag in there so I know what it is. And the ones I transplanted don't look very happy. Hopefully they survive. Hopefully they come back. And then up here, I've planted these a couple of times and they've pretty bad germination. It's Parfait Ruby. And the last lot I planted, there are a few come up. But from the first lot there wasn't many, and there's not a huge amount from the second lot. And I just mulched it the other day, so I might try again. Compost it is, not mulch. I'm not sure how they'll come up in the compost, but I think they should be alright. How do you keep getting the lid off it? Hang on, it's not on properly. It's empty anyway. There's none left. It's all gone. And then this row here is Feverfew. It's just a single one. Single. It's not the double. And I bought them as seedlings from my son as well. And like every single one, I don't think any that I put in here died. I've still got some in pots because I couldn't fit them anymore in the row that I need to try and get out somewhere. And then this is just a little patch of sunflowers I put in pretty early, like in the middle of winter. So I've picked a couple from here already, and there's some more coming out. And then here we have stock. There's, yeah, because it's not in the shade shade thing here that I swear I've usually planted them. There has been the grub that gets into the tip of them. There's one there. I tried to keep on top of it, and I was earlier on, but I have noticed there's a few like it, so I probably should go through here. And I haven't, I probably should have been consistent with maybe spraying them, but I haven't been. I've been spraying them for aphids as well, because they had a bit of an aphid infestation. I'll have to look up, I can't remember what colour they called this one. I might have to look it up. It's like between like a mauve and a purple. It's like a dark mauve kind of thing, or a light purple I suppose you'd say. So they're all just starting, and then we've just got to go into the shade, into the little shade thing here. I've got a couple of big prickles I need to get dug out. Where will we start in here? Might start over this side. So these are snapdragons that I grew from seed. This is like a little patch of red ones that I've cut most of their first. This one I think my daughter broke off, and she broke it off like up fairly high, and now it's like branching up high. But I've cut most of these. There's a few that are a bit stunted, a bit small, like small heads. And then there's a little patch of white ones here. They're just starting. I need to get something to hold that off because it like rubs them when it gets windy. So yeah, they're just starting. There's only a small patch of white here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, just a few there. And then the rest of the snaps here are pink and they're not quite started yet. And then here is a little patch of sort of a couple of lots that are direct planted, so there's some small ones and some bit bigger ones there. Of like different colours. Actually, I think mostly, I know there's a white one there and there's purple. There's a patch of purple, I think, and then there'll be a bit of everything. The same as here, so we've got, these are ones I started from seed and then planted out, so there's white, purple, cherry blossom, and then just your normal pink. And I've cut a few of them already. I'll be cutting most of the rest of those today. And then this one here I got from High Sun as seedlings. There's a good patch of them and they're all flowering now. They called it Bridal Blush, I think it's called. Or just Blush. Double Delight Blush. And it's exactly the same colour as the cherry blossom ones, which I don't mind, I like it. There's a couple of asters I tried to direct sow in here, but they're so slow. So I'll be cutting most of those today. And here we have some orange snaps. And then this little patch here, I think it's meant to be yellow. Yep, little patch here that hasn't started. It's yellow, and then some of the apple blossom ones here. It's a little patch, and then there's some more up the other end of this other row here. And then this is a few of the original ones that I cut and then I left them, and they branch, and they do branch and flower again, but most of the time the stems are fairly short. And then these other ones here are another lot of seedlings I bought from High Sun. And they are apricot. There's a few of them out now. But yeah, I've had a bit of trouble with aphids, so. And then this is the original patch of snapdragons I got way like right before winter. So they're all that. This is like their second flush of flowers now. Been picking off them the whole time. So they're pretty happy. And then over here we have a few bits and pieces. This is like an original lot of snaps I planted as well. So there's a little bit of everything just here at the start. And then there's some more of the apple blossom ones there. Don't pick the flowers, please. Some pink, some of the pink from the first ones I planted, and red, and then there's some white as well in here. Some small ones there, and then this is another lot of stock. So this is ones I grew from seed. They're starting to warm up here, so I think these are just going to go to flower while they're still short. But I know what my cutoff is for next year now. So that yeah, there's a bit of, so there should be white, pink, purple, and the cherry blossom. I think most of the ones up there are cherry blossom. And then this is a bit of all the others here. Yeah, leave the flowers. So that's about it. Yeah, I don't think. So yeah, I've got to do a lot of cutting. Today. Cutting most of these. So that will be fun. And hopefully you enjoyed the update. There's a lot happening at the moment. Trying to get more beds in to try and get the warm weather stuff in. But yeah, anyway, hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.